And we welcome you to Call Your Shot. I am the host, as always, Nolan Harmon. This is not going to be a new episode. This is a special interview, one I am the most excited about. Had Patrick Wisdom on the show on Zoom. I believe it was 2 weeks ago. Great show. But Pedro, always been a big fan of your game. I was so excited when you were excited to do this interview. So thank you for joining me.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much for contacting me and made me part of your beautiful project.
I appreciate you calling it a beautiful project. We're still in the works. So yeah, so this will be for those listening again. This is we'll do a regular episode, like just me doing a regular episode on Monday. But for right now, this is a special guest with a very special guest in Pedro Strop. Pedro, again, first question off the bat. Is not even on my list. I do a lot of improv with this. Is I can also tell as a fellow fashion person that you're also into fashion. So when did that start, and how big would you say you are into the fashion world, like as far as dressing well?
Man, it started like I never afraid or shy to wear whatever I want. And
Yeah.
I feel something looks cool, I just not afraid to wear it.
Yeah.
I wear it, and like I think my personality.
For sure.
It's secure that I am. It makes it look good.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter whatever I'm wearing.
Yeah.
I just feel good if I'm wearing it. It's because I feel good.
Because we're on video, I gotta ask the watch. The first thing I noticed. Talk about the watch a little bit. When did you get that, and what kind of watch is that?
I got it in New York. Raffaello. It's my jewelry, and I got it a couple years ago.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. Awesome watch. All right. So you were born in San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic, correct?
Yeah, Palenque, San Cristobal.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. What was that like there for you, and when and how? Actually, I should start with when did you first start like pitching and playing baseball? We'll get to that in a second. But like, when did you first start playing baseball and realize like this is what you wanted to do for a living? Yeah,
since I was a little kid, like in Dominican, we like it's a primary sport, and like in the town that I'm from, it's a little town called Palenque, but like all we do there is like go to school, fish, and play baseball.
I love that.
Yeah, so since I was a little kid, I was just playing, loving the game, and
yeah,
I didn't even know that I was that good until people started.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, I was just enjoying the game as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like just playing against other kids. But then there's a point where people start like, "Hey, this guy's gonna be signed."
So you didn't even realize that you were like,
no, exactly, because
way better.
When you're young, when you're a kid, you're not playing to sign.
No, but I feel like as a kid, I feel like everyone's like, "Oh, I'm that guy." You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't even realize how much.
No, there's a point when you get there, but like when you 7, 8, 9 years old, you don't have that on your mind.
Yeah.
By then, now it's different. Now it's a little.
Yeah, dude, they're looking at prospects so early.
Kids know about money. Kids know, and they
NIL with NIL.
Yeah. So there was a point when they say, "Okay, yeah, this kid is gonna be good," and then people will start paying attention. Then this is when I realized when I had a lot of people on top of me, like, "Hey, do this, do this." I was like, "What's going on?"
What age was that? What age was it when you started realizing because people were paying more attention?
When I was like 13, 14.
Okay, so around high school. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so pitching specifically. Okay, so when did you realize that was it? And because again, I'll get to this a little bit later. But a lot of people, when you first got to the minors, they didn't put you in the right spot, and we'll get to that in a second. Like you didn't start out pitching. When did you realize, like, yeah, I'm a pitcher, not an infielder, not a shortstop, not a whatever. Like I'm meant to pitch. Like when did you realize that?
Yeah, I mean, I signed as a shortstop.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did sign as a shortstop. I played in the minor league system for the Rockies. As a shortstop, and people really believe that I could be a big league shortstop, but like based on some couple of rules, like Rule 5 rules and all that, they decided to put me in the mound, which I did ask them before, like, "Hey, I want to pitch," and they're like, "No, you're so good and short. We don't want you to pitch."
Only for them,
Yeah, because I know, like, it was really tough for me to hit. I couldn't hit.
And that was your only downfall.
Yeah, So, but my arm was was amazing. So I was like, you know what? I pitched when I was a little kid, like pitching all over the places. So I was like, I think I'm pretty sure I can pitch.
Yeah,
and I was sure that I could. I mean.
But they didn't even let you try. That's what I was gonna ask
you. Until that point where Rule 5 was coming up, and by then people was like, team was doing there like picking guys up from Rule 5 and then putting them out.
Yep. And now we see guys like Shohei, who's not pitching this year, but we see like guys who can do both a little bit. Now we're seeing the game evolve.
Yeah, but I couldn't hit like Shohei.
No, most people can't.
Yeah, so there was a point in 2006. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but 2006 was when they really decided to put me in the mound, and then
And you showed out.
Yeah,
you showed up, but you stayed consistent. I feel like that showed a lot from your character. Because I feel like with it, as many people as are competing on 99% of people don't make that industry in any way, right?
Yeah.
For you to be like, I know I'm good at this, but they're not going to give me a chance. Like, screw it. Were you ever close to being like, I'm not doing this anymore? Like, they're not even letting me do what I'm going to be best at?
No, the only time I was close to not do it anymore was when I got hurt after I was a pitcher. I got hurt. I got a stress fracture on my elbow. And I was already in the 40-man roster and all that.
Yeah.
And I got surgery, but then the Dr. Noonan, I remember he did a really good job, because after that I play a lot, and my arm is still hurty. But what I know is that he said that he didn't know. He did his best job, but he didn't know what's gonna happen. He didn't think that was gonna be the same guy after the surgery.
Like a lot of guys who go through Tommy John.
Exactly, but mine was like a stress fracture where they have to go and put a screw in my elbow. So the team designated me for assignment. I was a free agent, and then there was a point where I said, listen, this is over. And then I decided, you know what? No, I'm gonna do my rehab, and I'm gonna stay positive, and I'm gonna work hard.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make the comeback.
Clip back. Was there anything specific that happened that made you say, because you were this close, you said, like, was there anything specific, or like, was it like, I got to give this one more shot? Like, was something happen that made you say, I'm going to give it one more shot? Because thankfully you did, obviously. But when you were that close to, I'm done, I just don't know if I'm going to recover, what was that turning point where you said, all right, one more shot at this?
Yeah, when I was already at home. And then that year, the Rockies was in the World Series.
Yeah.
The same year that I got released, so I was watching the World Series.
That had to hurt a little bit, right?
Yeah, and then it kind of pumped me up when I saw a couple of guys that I played through the minor league.
Yeah. Playing
in the big league and the World Series.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I can just not give up.
I feel like they're like, and not in an egotistical way, but I feel like it would be worse knowing that you're seeing these guys, relief or pitch or whatever, and not from an arrogant standpoint, for a comment, I'm better than these guys, and they're on this roster. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that'd be more motivating for me. Like, why am I not getting these chances? I know that I'm better than X, Y, and Z person, and they're in the World Series. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could get a ring. I should have a ring right now. Does that ever hit you where you're like, I know I'm better than this guy in a respectful way, and I wasn't given this chance? Like, why was that? Or do you even, like, think about that kind of stuff?
You're talking about now, or when I was
with the Rockies specifically, because I'm guaranteed.
No, because I know I wasn't pitching because I was hurt. I had surgery. I never saw it like that. I was like, I was like praying to get healthy.
Like a misfortune.
Because I know what I'm capable to do when I'm healthy. I know I'm gonna give my best. I'm gonna give my best every time I go out on the
field.
Know
that now. We know we've seen it, bro.
So it was tough to me to be sitting in the chair watching the game, knowing that I couldn't even throw a ball.
That more so.
That was the frustrating part. Like I can throw.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's gonna happen because the doctor said he's not sure if I'm gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? So it was really tough, but we went through.
And it ultimately worked out favorable for you.
Yeah, it worked out. And then, like, when I was hurt, I started getting an offer from teams, like phone calls and stuff. I was like, oh, man. That kind of bring my energy back up, because I was getting so many phone calls, many teams, good teams like Yankees And
what stopped you from signing with like a Yankee or like I don't know if the Dodgers offered you because they had a lot of money that you
they were asking for the medical report and stuff like that, like deep medical report.
You didn't want to do that,
and I mean we were gonna do it no matter what, but then the Rangers said we don't need anything, we just want you. They say that they have experience in those type of surgeries.
Yeah,
because they did it with Francisco Cordero.
Yep.
Back then, and then they say like, listen, we don't need anything. We have everything we need. We want to know just one shoe. So that's why I signed with them. I was like, okay, there's more positive and there's more like desire to have me. Yeah. Let's go. And I signed with the Rangers as a free agent, and boom.
Yeah, so we'll get to the Rangers in a second. I was going to say, because a lot of people don't know this about you, but again, you originally signed by the Rockies as an international free agent back in 2002, as we mentioned. Again, the reason I bring you this up, it was kind of answered already, is because they signed you as a position player in their minor leagues, right? From 2002 to 2005, you mostly played as a shortstop. The issue was the batting average, not being able to get enough hits, whatever. Mm-hmm. But like once this is what my question was. Once they figured out, or I feel like at some point they had to have figured out, yeah, this guy can pitch. Why were you not given more of a chance with them? Like it's like almost like, oh, this guy's not the best at this, but he can do this really well. Like, why would you not give that guy more of at least another year? You know what I'm saying? Like, did that surprise you that they just like dropped you like that?
Yeah, the problem was that I wasn't the 40-man roster when everything happened. The team treated me really well. They paid a lot of attention to me, and they give me the opportunity to pitch because they put me in the mound, they put me in the 40-man roster right away. And I went to big league spring training. Yeah. And, they promoted me to AA because I only played high A when that happened. So I got hurt. So I have no complaint with the team at all because they did give me the opportunity to pitch. I was young and I was going through the process. Yeah. I was going through the process, and the process was going really well. So it's just like we got that bump in the road when I got the strip fracture in my elbow. Right. And by the time they released me, it was because they need a spot on the roster and the big league. I'm guessing, I don't remember really well, but I guess Todd Helton was in the 60-day DL, and they have to put him back in the 40-man roster for him to activate him in the big league. So the only spot that they have that they could use was my spot, so they put me in waiver, and then I was a free agent.
So I always been curious about that, by the way. What is that conversation like when they bring you in and they release you? Do you have a feeling it's going to be bad? Like, because sometimes we see these videos now on social media, like I'm trying to think of Holiday, who just got, obviously now he's back, but like Jackson Holiday, they were like, now it's like recorded where it's like, hey, we're bringing you up. But like, what's the conversation like? And do you have a vibe of like, they're about to release me? Like when they call you into the office, do you have an idea that's what's about to happen?
Yeah, it depends on how you're doing. Like if you're doing really good,
yeah, I guess that.
And they call you to the office, they might want you to be. If you're a setup man, maybe you want you to be a closer.
But you could be like, you could be having bad like weeks, but you're a good player overall. They're concerned. They want to like, is it ever like that, or is it always like a release?
There's always a little bit of hesitation, like, what's going on? Why are they coming to the office? You know what I'm saying? But but when things not going on your way, and you got to call to the office, it's either two things. One, to kind of help you and like try to bring your confidence back up, or to send you down to AAA or release you. There's and it is what it is, man. Whoever plays this game,
it's a business.
It's a business, and you got to understand, and you got to you especially if you're in the team that is contending.
Yeah. But how are you so quick to turn off the emotions like that, especially if you're a contending team and you're like, dang, I'm this close to a World Series?
That's part of being a major league player. Like, major league players not jumping in the field and do is mentally and physically more mentally than anything. Like, you gotta have your mind right. Right. And you gotta understand.
I feel like it's so hard to turn that off though, emotion-wise. Because emotions exist with everything, you know what I'm saying? But like
it is hard when somebody tell you right, like opposite of what you want. Especially you want to be in the team, but then somebody come like, listen, you cannot be here. It's tough, but this game is for tough men. Yeah. Like if you're not a tough man, you
can't make it.
You can. I mean, you're gonna make it, but you're not gonna stay there for long.
Yeah, that's a better way. That's a better way to put it.
Anybody can make it, but see how long can you stay there? Because the game is not that easy.
No, and there's guys like they
it's way easier. It's way easier to see it on TV, to see us performing in the field, but like it takes a lot.
Oh no, I think baseball, and I watch all sports. I think baseball is the hardest because like maybe football or like basketball, like you're running more. But baseball, the hand-eye coordination, you can throw 100 pitches. Like I played a little bit of baseball, but like you could have whoever the worst starter is throw 100 pitches. I'm not hitting a single one of them. It's so difficult for that.
It's mentally tough.
And on your arm
especially
too.
Also for hitters too. Hitters, 10 at bats.
Yeah.
They miss 7, and they're killing.
If you hit,
you know what I'm saying? Like. Out of 10 at bat, you fell off 7 times.
Yep.
And you 3 hits and you batting 300.
And you're a Hall of Famer if you do that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a game of failure.
Yeah. Like, if you bat 300, you're a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and then like relievers, it's really tough. I'm saying on my point because relievers, like if you come out today and messed it up, you're gonna be able to pitch tomorrow game. You messed it up. Third time,
and we're looking at each other because you know what I'm about to say. So the Cubs, I'm a diehard Cubs fan, and you played 8 years for the Cubs. Like you won a World Series again. You're a fan favorite, but like let's get real. Our bullpen is terrible. Like it's been really bad for a while. Now our bats can't hit either. Like it's. We talked about, Alzolay being injured, which I didn't know that was a key information because for me, because I didn't know he was like injured because like last year he was so good. This year's not been the case. But those relievers are in a lot of close games because, again, you're in the MLB. You're expected to be a close game, right? So, like, if you're a relief pitcher, okay, you're up 2-1. You got to be the guy before the closer who doesn't let 4 runs go. Cubs are doing the opposite of that. So, have you watched a little bit of, like, what we've seen? Like, why is the bullpen imploding, like, every week, every game?
Yeah, I can tell you, man, it's not easy. And then, like, the bullpen guys always going to have a bad stretch. The point is when like, let's say we 5 pitchers and then we all going to the same stretch, that's going to make it make it look worse. But everybody's going to go through that. During the season, they can come tomorrow.
Yeah, but between you, this is like a 51 game stretch now. Like
okay, but they can come in the second half and just kill it.
I hope so, because now our bats aren't hitting.
Last year they did a good job.
Yeah, they did a great job.
You know what I'm saying? So who's
was it 2017 where we made the playoffs? The Marlins, was that 2017 or 2018 where we had Rizzo and Bryant and them, and like we literally could not get a run. We couldn't hit toward the end of the season, and that continued.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're gonna go through bad and good stretch.
Yeah, I don't like that. I want us to be good in both, and then we just dominate. I
mean, it's gonna happen. That's why it's baseball. So that's why I always encourage the fans they understand the part that we want to be good as a player. We want to be good. We want to do good. We don't want to lose a game.
Right.
Sometimes I feel like players get judged so hard.
Very.
And
I feel like the one thing that holds baseball back from growing the way that the NFL and the NBA is, and somewhat hockey too, but not as much, is I feel like there's too many traditionalists. And I feel like this is a perfect person to talk to about this, right? Because, like, you were so good. Like, and you know that. Like, humbly, you know that. But, like, you would get, like, people who would hate on you because of the hat, right? Which is, like, that was my first thing that I was, like, enamored by. I was like, I love this dude. He's wearing his hat, like, tilted. That, a lot of people love that, but a lot of people hated that. Mm-hmm. First of all, did that surprise you that people had an issue with something so little? Or like Marcus Stroman, who wears like the do-rag on her thing, and people get mad about that. Like it's changing a little bit, but like in the NBA, if someone dunks on someone and they stare him down, we're like on SportsCenter. In baseball, Acuna hits a home run, he flips his bat, and everyone's freaking out about how that's bad for baseball. It's like
as the thing is, like, to start with the flip bat and all that. I mean, there's let the kid play. That's what everybody's saying, right?
Right.
But like the game has been played so many years, and back in the day, you didn't do that. You didn't do that exactly.
But if you evolve it, if you want more fans,
then the game's changing.
Yeah.
So new generation, and the guys that like me, I have the opportunity to be in the big league when the game is still the other way.
Yeah.
And then you see it, I'm gonna like, whoa, I'm gonna be surprised. But then if you see it every day,
the first time it happened where you got critiqued for it, did that surprise you? Like, did it surprise you?
When they first started, like the year that you was able to see it more often. Of course, like watch out, because it used to be different. Like it used to be like they call them disrespecting the game, like.
But that's so ridiculous.
For me right now, like if the guy hit a homer and flip the bat and do whatever he wants to do, it's fine.
He got the best of you.
When I'm not agreeing. It's like when the guys turn to the like flip the bat and say something to the pitcher and staring to the pitcher, like
there's an extent to it.
You're respecting that pitcher.
There's an extent to it.
But like if you hit the ball and just flip your bat and run the bag and you pump top doing stuff to your teammates, like I told you or whatever. It's fine, but like if you stand straight to the pitcher and say something to him that you're disrespecting the pitcher.
What about the Yankees, the team that they make you shave? Like they are not like the Stroman. Originally, they said you weren't gonna be able to wear the do-rag under the hat, like all that. What do you think about teams like that? That literally, they're the Yankees, but like you're not allowed to have a beard. Like that's like to me, that's just like you're not growing, especially an organization that big.
I mean, this is their house. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
It's their house, and then when you have like something built since day one, you want to keep the same generations. Yankees is a team with
I get that.
It's been the same. It's been the same generation, another generation. So this is their house. They're gonna do whatever.
I get that, but like at the same time, like those people are gonna get older. They move on. Like we all pass away. Like the kids like the showboating. Like I love Ronald Acuna. Like he's like wears the chains. He out here he'll flip the bat. Like it makes it more interesting. I'm not a Braves fan, I'm a Cubs fan.
Exactly, but there's people that still.
I'm not saying you have to do that.
There's a lot of people that still want to see the other way too, like the Yankees, and that's why I'm saying there's a lot of teams. There's a lot of players. There's different swag. There's different. Like for me. I know a lot of people didn't like the way I wear the hat.
that was my first thing about you. That was
and people say a lot of stuff on me in the social media, like what you doing that? You're disrespecting the game, which I never felt like I was disrespecting the game, which I never would do. It just like it was a bad habit. It's not like it's
not even a bad habit though. It was you.
No, I mean. I call it bad habit because the hat is not supposed to wear like that. You're supposed to wear a hat straight, but somehow. I could put it straight, and after a pitch, I was gonna go there and touch the hat, and the hat was gonna be just.
But I agree, but at the same time, like it's not like you're like writing F-bombs on the hat.
Exactly,
but it's tilted, bro.
At the beginning, people, but then like later on in my career, when people realized who I was, and that was the type of person I was, people didn't like it no more. I mean, didn't care no more.
I feel like
at the beginning there was like everybody was home.
I love it. I feel like it's like something you're still known for.
It got to the point where here in Chicago, hot to the left, everybody when I was gonna pitch.
Yeah.
Hot to the left.
Yeah.
Because they knew what kind of person. But at the beginning, when I first got here, I mean, I'm totally different when I'm in the mound. I can be fun.
Yeah.
I can be smiling. I'm the one that smiled the most. Always playing around with the teammates, but like when I'm in the mound, when I'm in the game, I'm totally different.
Yeah,
I'm ready to fight.
Like I said, the hat to the left is the first thing I noticed about you.
I'm ready to fight. I don't care if it's my son, if it's my brother in the bottom box. I like, bro, we're fighting right now. So it's different.
Did you ever think about because of that hate you talked about, and like again, being a Cubs fan, I saw that too. Did you ever think about? Like, okay, I'm just going to wear it straight now. Like, I'm tired of dealing with this nonsense of, like... Because you could go out there and be great, and they would still hate on about the stupid hat.
I couldn't. But when I was with the Rangers, I was a rookie. The pitching coach hated. The pitching coach was Mike Maddox.
Yeah.
and he always tell me like, hey, put your hat straight. And Adrian Beltre, third baseman, he'll remind me every time he'll see I put it to the side, hey, put your hat straight.
Dude, I think it's like one of the coolest gimmicks so ever.
Yeah, but he was fun. Adrian Beltre, he was really fun, and he was a really, really good veteran guy. He always, perfect teammate.
Did something so unimportant though? Did it at first when you realized? Because I'm sure the hate you got, as much as it was for something so simple. I'm sure you expected to get a little bit, but as much as you got, did it surprise you that many people had an issue with it? Like not like we're talking about like fans, not even like.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like why it's not a big deal. Like
yeah, it's a hat. It's not a big deal,
but yeah, like when you get people out.
Dude, I would tell my hat more.
They didn't care.
There was a moment.
If you suck, they're gonna be on you.
I love Marcus. I don't know how much you know Marcus Stroman.
I know him.
I love him because like he's like my height in a pitcher, and like they said, oh, can't even be a 5-inning guy because pitcher's typically taller, and he proved everybody wrong. And then last year he struck out Juan Soto. He did the Soto strut, and that was like an article for like a week. I was like, bro, like he struck him out. Like you know what I'm saying? Like talk your shit. Like
I mean. If they're not an issue with the guy hitting the homer and flip the bat, this shouldn't be an issue.
Well, he and Soto are friends too. There
shouldn't be an issue if you strike a guy out.
Yeah.
And you can do whatever you want to.
And that's my issue. Is him and Soto are friends, and Soto even afterwards said like, I don't have a problem with that. But it was other random journalists or whatever that like I was like, bro, if they don't have a problem with it, why would you have a problem with it? It's like the hat thing, It's
exactly. So it's thing that you got to be able to handle no matter what too. Like. You gotta be able to handle. Like I was explaining to whoever I could. I was explaining like, listen, I'm not trying to disrespect the game. I'm not trying to do anything with the heart. It's just like I used to call it a bad habit.
Yeah, it's not. I hate that though because it's not a bad habit. I love that. It's like one of my favorite things. So I know the story behind this because again, I'm a big fan of yours. But for those who don't know, how did that start? The hat tilt. Like when did it start and how did it start?
I don't even know. That's what I'm saying about habit. I know you hate it, but that's why because I didn't even know.
It's cool as hell. That's why.
Yeah, I think. To be honest,
I read a story. Maybe this is wrong. I read a story you did as a kid, and is that not true?
Since I was a kid, my hat was like that. So that's why I don't even know.
It just continued.
When to start, or why I did it.
Yeah. So the story, at least I heard, was accurate. But yeah, we're at tilted to the left. Hats to the left. One thing about you also is whenever you were off a game or an inning or, what again, as a relief guy, you always seem to bounce back. And I know you mentioned earlier you have to have that mentality, like when you're released, for example, of like you can't be emotional. But like, did you ever let, say, back-to-back bad performances, especially on those good Cubs teams where you knew that you were trying to fight for the NL Central crown and seeding playoff-wise, did you ever let it, like at any point, did you ever get like, damn, bro, like, did I lose a step? Did I...
Listen, bro, that's the big kid for a reliever. That's the best part for a reliever. That's why reliever is more mentally than anything. Because you don't have time to feel sorry of yourself. Like as a starter, you miss an outing where you got killed in an outing, but you got another 5 days to recover mentally and physically. For a reliever, you got hours.
Yeah.
Just go in there. Go to your locker, think what you did wrong or what you could do better, and just come tomorrow with the new mentality and just.
I feel like you guys get more hatred too than the starters, just because like Justin Seal is great. Obviously, last year was but he's struggled a little bit recently. But like he's gonna get less hate than like, for example, our bullpen. But to be fair, that's over a larger sample size. But I feel like you get more of a pass as a starter. Actually, a random question I was going to ask you. Did you ever consider being like a starting pitcher, or were you always going to be like a...
No, I was always reliever.
Reliever? Yeah. I just want to ask you that because I know some guys switch.
Yeah, because my mechanic, everything, it wasn't like the prettiest to
do that?
Yeah, everybody, people thought that I was going to get hurt, which I did, but then after that...
What was the most innings you ever pitched?
3 innings, I think.
3 innings?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen it a lot this year, and it was an article on I believe MLB.com about how like there's a lot more relievers that are becoming starting pitchers now this year specifically. So I was just curious if that was ever even brought up to like a potential.
Usually they're starters.
Yeah.
And then just because they don't have the spot to be a starter in the second team, so they send him to the bullpen.
Yeah,
that's way easier. But it's tough to a reliever that always been a reliever to become a starter.
Closer too, because if you remember, Chapman got destroyed because they need him for the 8th and the 9th, and then the 8th he got the out, the 9th he allowed that home run.
But he used to be a starter though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so there was a reason why that they why can I not think of his name? Madden. There was a reason he put him in. Obviously, he's a closer. Only was supposed to be 9th inning. They put him in the 8th. He did okay. And the 9th, he allowed that home run in the World Series.
I don't know. This is being a new thing where like he used to be closer as a closer.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was the last inning, but now they want closer to throw always multiple innings.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think it's becoming more like positionless?
I think like teams should look for a setup guy. So bring two closer.
Do you think
if you want to do that, just bring two closer and pull one closer in the 8th and one closer in the 9th. But like
that's smart.
If you use your closer more multiple innings every time, when you real need it, in the playoff, you won't have it.
He'll be exhausted.
It's gonna be easy.
Let me ask you this: do you see at any point with the game evolving where that we have? Because now we see starters sometimes go in the 9th, and not just no hitters or a perfect game. Obviously, they keep him in, but like we'll sometimes see a guy. Partly, I mean, with the Cubs, we see that because we don't trust the bullpen. Clearly, Counsell doesn't trust the bullpen. I wouldn't either. But like, do you think we'll have more like, maybe not positionless, but like guys who we don't need as many relievers or as many closers? Like we'll just have starters who go 8 and then a closer on the 9th, where we see less relievers, or relievers turn us. Like, do you think we'll ever see a change, or do you think it's always going to be 6, maybe 7 innings if they're good for a starter, relief guy, inning 2, and then closer for the 9th? Or do you think that's always going to be? Do you think it has a potential of changing?
It's going to be like that.
Yeah.
Starter's going to be over around 6, 7 innings.
If they're doing well, yeah.
Occasionally 8, 9 innings.
Yeah.
Because the game's getting tougher and tougher.
It is.
Baseball's better woods.
Now guys like Shohei who can do both.
Everything is being fixed to hitters because like the clock.
I was going to ask you about that.
The clock, all the stuff that I'm seeing right now, it looks like they want to see homers. They want to see, they try to build the game.
They're trying to grow the game for the young guys, and that's why I'm saying go back to like the bat flips. I feel like they're more allowed of that,
exactly.
or the hat tilt.
That's what I'm saying. So it's gonna stay. Starter's gonna be 6 innings.
What are your thoughts on the pitch count and also the runner on second with extra innings? What do you think about both those rules?
They just want to reduce the time on a baseball game
because of the attention span.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't have much to add to that because it is what it is. But the man on second base with in the extra innings, I gotta get used to.
Yeah,
I gotta get used to.
It's weird, right?
Personally, I think that it's taking a lot of emotion to the game
because you already got a guy scoring in position.
Exactly, you're not thinking about the pitcher. Like me as a reliever, I want to come in the 10th inning and keep the game the way it is.
With no outs, you got to be aware of him stealing.
It's really tough to not give up a run with no outs when a man on second base.
Right.
And it's stealing that feeling for a reliever.
And imagine if it's a guy who can steal easily.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying like they want to reduce the time of a baseball game, but they got to find a way. I personally, I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, but personally, I don't like the.
What do you think about less games? What about that instead of 162? How would you do? It's a lot of games, but would you reduce that?
No, I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's been like that. So much.
It's always been like that. Yeah.
So that's why that's the only thing I'm not. The game is been created so many years ago. So why we changing? I don't know why they're changing so many stuff. Like I said, I'm gonna say it again. It is what it is.
Yeah, I love that. That's our quote of the day right here.
We just need to adjust. We need to adjust in the life. Even the life is like that. Sometimes you gotta adjust.
I love that. It is what it is. Sometimes in life you gotta adjust. That sums it up. A few more questions here. So let's be honest again. Like the emotional thing. When you were occasionally booed, especially with the Cubs, because I mean, it goes without being said, you were there 8 years, you won a World Series, probably your favorite organization to be with. When you did get booed, say for example, did that hurt a little bit more? Or again, you got to shrug it off, obviously, but did you even let that sink in of like, damn, like I'm letting the team down? Not even the team, but like the fans or whoever else.
I don't remember being booed by the Cubs fan, bro. I always say that the Cubs fans are the best fans ever.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
That booing.
Yeah.
I just think
it was just one guy. No,
I just got so impressed with the fans here when I first got here in 2013 that we were in last place.
Yeah.
And the stadium was packed, full every day. I was like, we're in last place. Why is
it packed?
This place always full.
Yeah.
So I feel that support for the fans, and that's when I start thinking like, man, these fans really deserve a World Series champ.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And they got it. We partied like crazy.
Yeah, I remember being booed in Baltimore because in Baltimore I was really good.
They were just mad because they had to live in Baltimore.
More than it's like when I first got traded, 0.76 ERA in a month and a half. I'm guessing, I don't know if I'm right. And then next year, like more than 70 appearances with 2-something ERA, like a lot of strikeouts, really good. And then 2013, I was shaking in the beginning of the season, and a couple of times I got booed.
Yeah.
I was like, really?
But I don't think they were booing you. I think they were booing the fact that like after the game, even if you guys won like 10-0 and you had like a 0 point, they have to live in Baltimore.
No, because we have,
you know what I'm saying? Like that has to suck.
We had really good team by then. Like we went to the playoff on 12.
Yeah.
On 2012, we went to the playoff, and then on the 13, we have really good team when we were competing too. It's just like I was a setup guy, and I wasn't doing good. I blew out a couple of games, and they're booing me. I mean,
and again, you gotta shake that.
I understand now that I'm more mentally like.
I would boo back.
No. I understand how bad do the fans wants you to do good.
Yeah, they're booing you out of love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
out of love, even though it comes from a place of hate. Like as far as like the result, right? Because
exactly.
they want to win.
Yeah.
Let's pause this for 1 second. All right, so you talk about the Orioles as we're back here from a little break. This is actually perfect timing because you brought up 2013, right? So 2013, I would say biggest steal ever because you and Jake Arrieta both come to the Cubs. Jake Arrieta becomes something that he was not at all. Like he was okay at best at times. He wins a Cy Young. He was dominant with the Cubs. I mean, that's one of the better 2-year personally that I've seen. He had one of the better runs of 2-3 years of any pitcher. He was just you knew you were going to get a win. That Pirates game, for example, that wild card game, that was unbelievable. So you're in Chicago now. I'm guessing you like Chicago better than I'm not saying it's biasly, but like better than Baltimore. Nothing wrong with Baltimore, but best food in the world, best city in the world, in my opinion, best team and fans you mentioned already. Clearly not biased at all, But both of you, he is a starting pitcher, and you, of course, the relief guy. You had your best season, in my opinion, in 2018 because you were 6-1, and then you had a 2.26 ERA. What was your best year in your eyes, though? Like, obviously, winning the World Series is great, but I mean, you as an individual, what would you say your best year was?
20.
Because 2018, like I said, you had a 6-1 record, a 2.26 ERA.
I think 2018,
18,
I think, yeah.
Follow-up question I don't have on the notes, but why do you think the Cubs, based on the fact that they won the World Series and everybody, like, you know, Bryant had won, obviously, Rookie of the Year, then MVP. We had Rizzo, who was solid. Why was there not more World Series wins during that era? I feel like we should have won at least one more. I know it's hard to compete, but I feel like the Dodgers are in the NLCS every year, and I feel like we beat them to make the World Series. But like, I feel like the only, and I'm not complaining because one World Series is more than I expected, but I feel like that team was good enough to in their prime to win more than one. Why do you think you guys only were able to get one World Series?
Yeah, I think, like, to be honest, like, after 16, there's a hangover. It's like a hangover. How you say that? Hangover. After 16,
a championship hangover.
Yeah, championship hangover is real.
Yeah,
it's true. This is why it's so tough.
But even the year after that, like 2018, like it felt like the same kind of.
But we were able to go. I mean, they stay competitive, but after that, I really thought that we could do another World Series champ. But like,
how much of that do you think Jed leaving had to do with like the not fall off? Because it's not like they're terrible. Like we're still solid, but like. How much do you think it has to do with Jed?
You know, those parts never like to come in about because you can't control what you can control. You know, you cannot be worrying about stuff that you cannot control.
Right.
And they're professional on their area. They know what there's a reason why they're there. I just understand that it's a business.
Yeah.
Besides, it's a game that we love. It's a game that. But
you're thankful.
There's a business behind,
right.
And I really think that front office, they did an amazing job.
They did, yeah.
To collect the right guy, and the chemistry that we were able to build in there, we family. Even we didn't want another World Series. We in different scenario in the world. Like I'm at home, Rizos is with the Yankee, Javi is with the. Bias is with in Detroit.
Unfortunately.
But like we family, bro. Like me and Happy, we build a relationship like brothers, family. Rizzo is great dude. We always like
he's still mashing it.
You know what I'm saying? So we build a family that's bigger than anything.
So again, it is a business, but obviously winning World Series ultimate goal. You do that on the team that, and I'm not saying it's a biased Cubs fan. I'm saying like literally the longest drought of any major sports organization, 108 years by a World Series. You guys win it, even though again as just a player, like you're trying to obviously make the most money you can, play the best you can, etc. You know, it wasn't like you grew up a diehard Cubs fan, but like knowing you ended a 108-year drought, like did that hit different than just? Again, you haven't won another World Series. I feel like that's probably incomparable, right? Did that hit you immediately, or did it take a while to be like, we just ended the longest major sports without a championship drought in history? Like, did that hit you like that at any point, or was it just like, it's just cool enough to win a World Series?
It's cool, but I mean, since being the only one that I won.
Well, I guess that's fair.
It's
the bar's high though.
Exactly. So, but also knowing that you were part of that, I was part of the biggest run without winning one, also made it special. Like
absolutely.
I was part of that group that brought that big history to the city. It makes it even better.
Speaking of, like, this isn't a question, but like what you did for our city and like our team being like a diehard fan, I mean, I'm speaking on. I can't thank you enough for that. Like, because you were a big role in that, and like it's genuine. Like it's hard to be a Cubs fan a lot of times, you know, because we love our team. We want them to win. We're not like one of those like it is what it is. Because again, the Cubs fans will show up like we mentioned before. The show started like regardless, but we do want to win. You know,
exactly.
And in that, and you being such an integral part of that, like I can't thank you enough on a personal level because like that was, I mean, like the Blackhawks. I'm a Blackhawks guy. We won 10, 13, 15. Those were great. You know, haven't seen the Bears do it because we way before I was born. The last time they won a Super Bowl. The Bulls, obviously they were dominant in the 90s, but that was before I was born too. So it's like to see this team, a team that you love so much, team that was like the lovable losers, and even in good years, right? Like Alfonso Soriano and like the 2000, I believe it was 2017, like they were the best team and they got swept by the Dodgers when they were supposed to dominate. Like to finally crack through and break the curse. I don't believe in curses, but like to do that, like I can't thank you enough for that. Like that's genuine. Like you were a huge aspect of that. Like
thanks, man. And also like I say, I feel so special that the guy put me in the right place in the right moment. You know what I'm saying? Because to be part of such a crazy history is
Can you go out like do because I obviously I'm a fan, but like can you go out without people like, hey, can I like talk, like can I get a picture?
No, usually people here are good. Like they recognize you, they say hi.
Yeah.
They take picture, but they never like.
They're not like bad interactions.
Never bother,
but
they never bother me at all.
You,
yeah. Sometimes you go to a restaurant and you eating, and then when you want to pay, it's already paid. Somebody paid for you.
That was my next question. I was like,
thank
you break a 108-year drought. No one on that Cubs team should ever have to pay for a drink or food ever again. Do you still? I know you're a nice guy.
We pay, of course. But
I wouldn't.
It happened to me where when I was trying to pay, it's already paid.
Yeah,
it happened to me a couple times. It's not like always.
Yeah.
But but yeah, man, I feel so grateful, man.
Yeah.
And I really love the love that people.
It's a great fan base
that I receive for the fans. Yeah.
A couple more questions. So outside of winning the title in Game 7, what was your favorite, maybe like most funny or most memorable moment of your career? Whether it be, I'm assuming again 8 years with the Cubs, but like, what's been the most memorable moment outside of winning World Series Game 7? That's like the easy one. If I give you that one, that's a softball. Like that's like winning Game 7.
There's so much of a good memory, man.
Yeah.
But I do remember though when a game that we won. I remember against. I just remember I was warming up. I was really sore. It was like I pitched like back to back, and it was gonna be my third time pitching that day, and I was really sore. I was warming up, and I was like, Chris Bryant come to bat. And I just called at home. I was like, hey, Chris, please hit a homer.
And he did.
Because I'm sore. I don't want to, I'm really sore. And he did hit a homer. I get so pumped up that I ran the bat from third to home with him. I was running the bat.
All of a sudden, the soreness went away.
I scored with him. I was so happy, man. And then that thing was like, I was like, the whole week, everybody was just talking about me running the bases with Chris.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I love that. Talk a little bit about right now, like your career outside of the majors. Obviously, you're still pitching and everything. You're in great shape, but like talk about like what your current day to day is like with not just baseball, I guess, but in general.
Like I'm still pitching, and I'm gonna pitch in the Dominican Winter League this year with the Águilas Cibaeñas. And I'm expecting to come back.
Yeah.
But I know baseball is changing a lot. The team wanting young kids throwing 100. I don't throw 100 no more. But I've still got some to compete. I still believe that I can compete. I can get people outs. But in the same moment, it's getting to the end because there's stuff that start coming along, they become priority.
Randy Johnson threw a perfect game at age 40. I know he was like Randy Johnson.
Yeah, I know, but like the thing is like when there's all this stuff that start becoming priority, like my family, my kids, my wife.
That's true.
One of my sons he's gonna be in the professional. He's gonna be playing professional next year.
How old are your kids?
He's about Roger's about to be 16.
Okay.
Next month. He's gonna be playing.
Is he a pitcher?
No, he's an outfielder.
Okay.
Lefty. So I want to be there for him. You know what I'm saying? I know how tough it is.
Future Cub.
We don't know.
Hopefully.
So I know how tough this game can be through the minor league and all that. So I want to be there for him. And when those type of stuff start becoming so important, then that's when you see that your career as a pitcher is is getting to end.
Yeah.
So, but I'm willing to help still.
Yeah.
You know,
You're leaving the door open for me a little bit. You're teasing me a little bit. My very last thing is, it's not really more of a question, more of a request, but. Can you please just come back, just to see, just to sign whatever deal, because we really need you, and I feel like.
Man, I would love to, but I always.
You heard it here first.
I always say, remember, it is what it is.
It is what it is. That's our quote. But Pedro Strop, maybe Cub, future Cub again. I would love that. I would love that. I mean, you're still in great shape, obviously. How often do you throw?
As of right now, to be honest, I haven't thrown balls in the past 2 months.
Okay, so you're already better.
I'm going back to Dominican now, and I'm start moving around and throw bullpens and all that. I'm not that close to be ready to pitch. You know what I'm saying?
So you said 2 months.
Yeah.
So you're probably better than 99% of our bullpen then already. So.
Oh my God, man! Hey, watch. We're gonna be the bullpen.
We can't hit now either. It sucks. I love our team. I love Nico.
The team is gonna be good. Watch. It's just it's a bad stretch.
Manifest it for me, man. I need another World Series, but I would love to have you on that team. That's pretty much. I'm gonna get the wheels turning. I want to get the rumors started that Pedro Strop thinking about the Cubs. I at least want to put it in your head because I genuinely think that you easily could. I think you could too.
Definitely, yeah.
Have you talked to them at all about we talked on the phone a little bit, but have you talked about at least a tryout or something
For me to do a tryout, I gotta get ready, because I want to make sure that if people's gonna evaluate me right.
Right, no, I get that.
So maybe next couple of months, maybe I'm gonna say in the next month and a half, there's a chance that I
sign with the Cubs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, but but me and Jed, we have really good relationship. We're always talking, but not about as a friend, as a family.
Yeah.
Like I said, we build a family, and we always talking as a family. And I'm pretty sure. If it's not as a player, I'm pretty sure on some point I'm gonna come and help the team, either I don't know, coach or front off, whatever. I'm pretty sure that
or player.
There's a possibility, because I feel like I feel caught.
You're getting me excited. Because I want to see the hats to the left again, and I want to see.
Yeah, man. So hopefully I'll be in the team.
You heard it here first, Pedro Strop. Maybe.
Somehow.
Back to the Cubs, somehow, right? Somehow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your hospitality. By the way, you just got renovated, right? You said the house, just remodeled, I should say.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you for having me over here. This has been amazing. Excited to release this episode. We'll be dropping this on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Obviously, we follow each other, but I will send this to you. Hopefully, it looks good. I don't know. I'm assuming it looks great. We got our good sides, right? We can talk about that. Yeah, hats to the left forever, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for watching Call Your Shot. Thank you, Pedro. I appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Thank you.